able to stay home, brother. You will not be able to plug in, turn on, and cop out. You will not be able to lose yourself on Skag and skip out for beer during commercials because the revolution will not be televised. The revolution will not be televised. The revolution will not be brought to you by Xerox in 4 parts without commercial interruptions. The revolution will not show you pictures of Nixon blowing a bugle and leading a charge by John Mitchell, General Abrams, and Spyro Agnew to eat hog maws confiscated from a Harlem sanctuary. The revolution will not be televised. The revolution will not be brought to you by the Schaefer Award Theater and will not star Natalie Woods and Steve McQueen or Bullwinkle and Julia. The revolution will not give your mouth sex appeal. The revolution will not get rid of the nub. The revolution will not make you look 5 pounds thinner because the revolution will not be televised, brother. There will be no pictures of you and Willie Mae pushing that shopping cart down the block on the dead run or trying to slide that color TV into a stolen ambulance. NBC will not be able to predict the winner at 8:32 on report from 29 districts. The revolution will not be televised. There will be no pictures of pigs shooting down brothers on the instant replay. There will be no pictures of pigs shooting down brothers on the instant replay. There will be no pictures of Whitney Young being run out of Harlem on a rail with a brand new process. There will be no slow motion or still lights of Roy Wilkins strolling through Watts in a red, black, and green liberation jumpsuit that he has been saving for just the proper occasion. Green Acres, Beverly Hillbillies, and Hooterville Junction will no longer be so damn relevant, and women will not care if Dick finally got down with Jane on Search for Tomorrow because black people will be in the street looking for a brighter day. The revolution will not be televised. There will be no highlights on the 11 o'clock news and no pictures of Harry armed women liberationists and Jackie Onassis blowing her nose. The theme song will not be written by Jim Webb or Francis Scott Key, nor sung by Glenn Campbell, Tom Jones, Johnny Cash, Engelbert Humperdinck, or The Rare Earth. The revolution will not be televised. The revolution will not be right back after a message about a white tornado, white lightning, or white people. You will not have to worry about a dove in your bedroom, the tiger in your tank, or the giant in your toilet bowl. The revolution will not go better with Coke. The revolution will not fight germs that may cause bad breath. The revolution will put you in the driver's seat. The revolution will not be televised, will not be televised, will not be televised, will not be televised. The revolution will be no rerun, brothers. The revolution will be live.
I'm talking about shout going crazy. People going crazy in these motherfuckers. Run that shit back, man.
But it means nothing. Nothing. Got a woman on the bed. Man made the car. Carry the heavy load. Man made the electrolyte to take us out of the dark. Man made the boat for the water like the 7-millimeter. Man thinks about a little bit of baby girl and a baby boy. Man make them happy because man make them joy. But after man make everything we can, do you know that man makes money? To buy from other men. This is a man's world.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Shabaka'S Blacc Experience Enhanced. Ladies and gentlemen, the air date of this episode is August the 8th, 2024. Tonight's episode is the latest on the scam election of 2024. On this season 9, episode 31 of Shabaka'S Blacc Experience Enhanced, we'll be continuing our discussion on the scam of the 2024 presidential election. Kamala Harris and Rhonda Panty's trade words after he's accused of refusing her call. Democrats pay illegal migrants reparations. Biden administration spends all the FEMA money on illegal migrants. No more money for natural disasters. Black dumpster supporters jumped at rally by white supporters. You see, you black dumpsters, you see the white boys out there telling you how you really feel, and you're going to think, I just love you and beat your ass. Dumpster scream. They not like us. Blacc-Californians give Democratic Dr. Corey Jackson a wake-up call for selling them out. Kamala Harris falls apart. A 60 Minutes interview that revealed her weakness. This will be an open mic discussion for those 18 years of age and over. We would love to hear from K-HIVE, KAMALASEXUALS, and you MAGA dumpsters. Please call in with your comments, questions, and concerns, and insults. The number to call in is 516-418-5996. Press 1 and you will be live on the air. This is episode 31 of season 9 of Shabaka'S Blacc Experience Enhanced. And this episode is also being simulcasted on StreamYard, YouTube, and Facebook. And the air date once again is October the 8th, 2024. Okay, and I said we got a caller there. Anytime you're ready to speak, just press 1. Be more than happy to have you. Okay. So therefore, people, once again, they pissing on your head, telling you it's rain. You got these fucking Yasa bosses out here. Kamala.
Yeah, that's the K-HIVE. That's the K-HIVE.
And then, of course, we know what Kamala is about. You know, she flat backed her way to the vice presidency. Who knows? Maybe if I was Woody Brown, I probably would have screwed her too. But, however, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? And then we're looking at Treasure Island in Florida. The hurricane is getting ready to come in again.
Yeah, tomorrow.
People need to quit pissing off our ancestors. This is all why this is happening, Mighty Whitey, because of your brutalization, of your insensitivity, of your past atrocities.
Exactly.
Remember,
Shabaka, this is where woke goes to die. That was Florida. That's where woke goes to die.
Remember,
that's what the Panty said. This is where woke goes to die. His wife was wearing that jacket that said the same dumb shit. And now look what they got. 2 major hurricanes in less than 2 months. Actually, in less than a month. 2 major hurricanes. And this is not no joke. Like, this storm is a Category 5. It's been a Category 5. But this is like the second time it's been a Category 5. They better hope it don't make landfall as a Category 5.
Right, and then I see down there towards southern Florida where they're going to add more water down there for them gators. You know what I'm saying? You know, to go out there and catch you dumb motherfuckers out there. You know what I'm saying? Oh, man, I want to go swimming with the alligator, JW. Jump on in, idiot.
They're talking about 20-foot plus storm surge coming into Tampa Bay, St. Petersburg, Clearwater, into Naples.
Okay, well,
all that shit's going to be underwater.
Okay, all right, well, let's hope our girl is safe down there. You know what I'm saying?
They said if you don't evacuate, you might as well just write your name on the building, on your house, because that's all they're going to be able to do for you.
Okay, and then the last time I heard when the ancestors were speaking down there, they were saying,
yes, he did. The panties did say that.
And your
I just
and
posted
put
an
your
article
name
about
and
it.
your birth date on your arm. Write your name and your birth date on your arm.
Yeah, that's what he said. He said, write your name and your birthday on your arm, write your name on your house, and you can kiss your ass goodbye. Because this literally is going to be a storm of catastrophic proportions.
Okay, so which means is that the spirit of the ancestors is speaking again, and what it is white America and Ron DeSantis, and by the way, DeSantis, I hope they rip your clothes off, man, and show you pink underwear you're wearing.
We see you, twin. Appreciate you holding it down.
Man, whoa, theory makes us white folks feel so bad and whatever. Well, shit, look at what the hell you did.
Right, and now you answering for it. This is payback for Rosewood. This is payback for all the black towns that y'all burnt to the ground and put underwater, like you did Oscarville.
Same thing with Taft, California, 1972, and Taft, California, up there in Kern County, where they ran all the black folks out of there.
Same thing with Deerfield, Colorado.
Out of town.
Same thing with Deerfield, Colorado. They said it was the Dust Bowl, but no, it was the Klan. They ran them out.
And then how they sit up there and systemically lie to us. And then when you look at the roly-poly margin.
Shout out to the viewers. If y'all can call in, please do. The call-in number is 516-418-5996 and press 1 and you'll be live on the air. And we got 2 callers, Shabaka. 2 callers. If y'all want to be live on the air, just press 1.
Hey, we'll be happy to. But however it is, though, is this here black family, is that thing is that you got to understand.
3 callers.
The ancestors, okay? And the thing is about the ancestors of what they are telling us is for us to get our minds right. You see what I'm saying? Because we're pissing them off. These Tim Scott, this Yasser Boston, Newsom Newsom. Well, I ain't gonna have to get American. You're pissing off the ancestors. Okay? Think about all those babies and women.
That were used as alligator bait.
Who got thrown off the side of the ship, used as shark food. You see what
shark
I'm saying?
Food, alligator bait.
Yes, sir. Oh, yeah. And all the other kind of atrocities. Experimentation on us.
And this all happened when y'all refused to pay us our reparations, America. So if you want more of this to continue, then continue to ignore our demands. And the netter, meaning Mother Nature, is going to show you what it is.
Oh, absolutely, Ed. And look like Mama Nature's getting ready to come in there and blazing days and lean and sheen. Triple jab, right cross, left hook, overhand right, left hook, overhand right. Sing like a bee.
Shabaka, did you hear about Marjorie Taylor Greene saying that the Democrats is causing these storms?
Man, what kind of dope is that Barbie doll bimbo smoking, man?
I don't know, Shabaka. That the Democrats are causing these storms, and it's all the Democrats' fault that these storms are hitting. Republican districts.
Oh, my.
But what's so stupid about that is Asheville, the town where the crackers is White Tears Matter, and they're crying foul, like, where are you at, Kamala? Where are you at, Biden? And then Kamala shows up with $750 checks talking about just apply for FEMA, and we'll give you $750 checks, and then come to find out FEMA's broke. And the people was applying for these $750 checks and can't get them. There's all kinds of videos on TikTok, all kinds of videos on all the social media of white people talking about they can't get what they need. They feel abandoned, blah, blah, blah. And my whole thought process behind it is how you think the black people felt during Hurricane Katrina. And they let them sit in that water for weeks. If not months before George W. Bush showed up.
Yes, sir. And then 301 has their hand up. Okay,
301. I think that's 3-piece or 3-piece. Is that 2 3-piece?
No, that's not him. No. That's not a California area code.
Oh, this might be Sister Akshita or El Ya. Is this you, El Ya?
Oh, okay.
No, that's Dynamite. Oh, hey, Dynamite.
Black Power.
Black Power.
All right. I got Carlos on the line with me. My son, he just got finished dealing with the worst part of that hurricane that just passed.
Oh, Helene.
Now dealing with the, yeah. Yep.
Okay.
What's the update on what's happening down there with Helene? Yeah, we would like to hear on the ground what's happening down there.
Right in the middle of it. Yep. Can you tell them how it looked down there in Georgia? How it was looking anyway?
Well, being that we were in the eye of the hurricane, literally, it was just nasty, and that it came through at night.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
When the power went out, you can't see nothing.
Oh man. Okay, now let me ask you this here, brother. Okay, now what about the critters, the varmints, the gators, the snakes, water moccasins, and all other type of critters from hell, man? I know they're having a field day down there because, you know, that water is what they live in. So is there any updates on that?
I have no idea. I'm not in Florida.
Okay.
Are
you in Georgia?
No, it hit Georgia. It hit Georgia real bad. Florida's the next spot. The next hurricane.
Milton's on the way to Tampa. Right now, it's a Category 5.
Right. The one Helene that just left, that hit right where he was at. You know.
Oh, like outside of Ocala, right in the Big Bend area.
Yeah, I've been through Ocala. Also, too, we got an unknown caller that got their hand up.
That's SARS. That's goddamn SARS.
He's the one that caused the hurricane.
That's you, SARS. You causing hurricane. You causing hurricane SARS.
Hey! Who was that that peeped my whole car and figured out I was the one who started the hurricane? It wasn't me though. I tried to talk him out of it.
No, your girl Marcy Taylor Greene. SARS, your girl Marcy Taylor Greene.
North Carolina. Wait a minute now. I want the folks in North Carolina poor to be able to vote because they're going to vote for Trump.
SARS. SARS, tell the people what the dump did.
Last week, SARS, you wasn't on. We thought you was in the middle of a rowboat somewhere. Glad you're all right.
Nah, man. I got my bug out bag all ready to go. When they had this little chemical thing in Conyers, I was about a mile away from it, and I could see the plume forming. But see, wait a minute. I got a gas mask in my truck. I'm driving down the road with my gas mask on. People look at me weird and say, well, I'm prepared and you ain't.
I got a gas mask too. I got a gas mask too. Those must come in handy.
Let me ask Sarge a question.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Did you have the gas mask on because people was passing gas?
Because the biolab fire was passing gas. You know what that gas was? Chlorine phosgene. Chlorine phosgene is what the Germans used in 1915 to almost win the war.
Yep.
Oh my God.
That's what they use.
It's a choking agent. Hey, chlorine phosgene is a choking agent. It makes the lungs fill up with fluid, so you literally drown.
Yep.
Damn, man, that's like that shit they put in the gas in California.
Hey, I'm curious, what causes that though?
The chlorine.
I believe they had some
it's like when you're in a pool.
They had a fire that got triggered in the lab.
Yeah.
And when the fire triggered the lab, it turned on the water sprinklers. And these dummies had stored a specific type of chemical, I forget the name now, that when it's wet, it starts to emit chlorine gases, and it's almost impossible to extinguish.
Smart, real smart.
Probably iodine.
Who got down there running that shit? Sarge Fredo?
It's probably
I don't know, man. Don't ask me. I don't know anything about it.
It's either iodine or sulfur.
Yesterday. It was still burning yesterday. It took 7 days to get it under control.
They can handle things. You know, send them to do this, send them to
well, they're broke.
They're
broke. So if you have a disaster.
I'm smart.
Oh my God. If you have a disaster in this country, don't bother calling FEMA.
For me, the morale of the story is to always be prepared. I am as prepared as anybody to be. If I get got, it won't be because I ain't prepared.
Okay, all right. Okay, Sarge, you know, you can be prepared all you want, but you can still get wiped out. Hell,
well, yeah, I mean, you get got. Hey, when it's your time to go, you gonna go. But in the meantime, I'm gonna minimize the likelihood of it happening prematurely.
Okay,
I'm gonna minimize the likelihood of it happening prematurely. Okay? Ain't no guarantees in life. Ain't none of us getting out this life alive anyway. So I already know that.
Well, Sarge, everybody, man, has got that certain appointment. Unknown.
Yeah, everybody got a checkout date.
You will not be late. You see what I'm saying?
Hey,
now,
I got to agree. I got to agree.
Now, here's something else, Sarge, that I would love to see. I would love to see that right
Lady Shay wanted me to let y'all know FEMA's hiring.
I would love to see the Quake go through there, smash it all down. You know what I'm saying? Starting with Kamala Harris's house. You know what I mean? Yeah, time for a quake, because you all down there in them swamps, you is better folks than me. Now, I know how to survive an earthquake. Now, here's what you do with earthquake, you guys. See, you don't know when the earthquake is coming. See, the ground starts rumbling, you dive for cover, you bend over, you kiss your ass goodbye. It can go anywhere from a 3.5. I've slept through many of them, but the ones that wake you up, man, is them 6.5 and above. Hell, you had a 9-point quake hit Alaska, man, there in 1964, and they're still trying to rebuild the damn
Wait a minute now.
That shit was horrible.
But look, you know what FEMA's priorities are, don't you? Hear about the FEMA
illegal
meeting they had at FEMA?
Yeah, well, Lady Shay
just
said
gonna go have a meeting and drink beer, Sarge.
No, you got to hear this now. I ain't making this up. I swear, this sounds like something out the Babylon Bee, but I swear it's true. They were having a FEMA meeting, and some of the people who are responsible, who have been appointed to make policy decisions for FEMA, were saying that they need to consider the needs of LGBTQIA people because disaster preparedness is about equity. I swear to God, I'm not making it up.
That stupid shit.
Okay, now let me make sure I understand this here, Sarge. So they're more interested in being some confused-ass individual who might have been a victim of child abuse or sexual abuse as a child, and they're more concerned about these confused-ass individuals. Okay.
What I'm trying to tell you is, rather than treating them as any other citizen who needs rescue or assistance, they will consider them as a special class to be considered over and above all others. Not quite over and above all others, but move near the front of the line.
I see. And in the meantime, they tell us with reparations that we can go take a flying fuck through a rolling donut, right?
Pretty much, because they got other, they done brought other dance partners to the party other than your black ass.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, you know, you got your Uncle Tim Scott.
Well, I keep trying to tell you about these Democrats, man. That's what they're doing.
A wonderful day. Sorry.
Hey, I keep trying to tell you what they're doing.
Okay, sorry, you don't get no argument from me, but this is why we created the hashtag and the Facebook group called Resurrection of the Mental Dead. Now, let me tell you what the old Facebook is doing. They up here pulling down our YouTube videos, limiting our extensions on the podcast.
They're taking our pages down.
You know, they're taking our pages down and spread this podcast tonight far and wide. I need this here to hit record numbers. You know why? Because, see, my coffers is just about empty. You see what I'm saying? Now, where now? Fucking FEMA for me on that.
Well, okay.
Just apply for $750.
Before I forget.
FEMA's broke.
Now. Go ahead.
Didn't they say FEMA was broke, Sarge? Didn't my orchid say a few days ago? But then he walked it back saying they got money now.
Let me tell you why that was a lie. They were lying the minute they said it because existing law already allows for the diversion of other funds to emergencies. And if there's nothing to qualify as an emergency, nothing in the history of the United States ever has.
Okay, I'll tell you what requires emergency funding, Sarge. That would have helped the economy of this raggedy-ass United States. The reparations money.
I'm afraid to think of it.
Yep.
You had the reparations money, and then you had that old sick-ass bastard up there, Gavin Newsom, with his no moral ass.
Gruesome
You know
Newsom.
what I'm saying? What we're gonna do is that we're just gonna introduce a bill until the California state legislature to formally apologize for slavery, and that there should be good enough for your black asses. Keep voting Democrats, okay? Don't hook up with the Negroes for Trump. Be sure to have a banana in your mouth weighing your LGBT flag. My.
Oh, I got more news. I got more news to apprise you of about Kamala Harris's campaign and new support for her.
Go ahead, Sarge.
Well, what's the news about Kamala, Sarge? You got in there and tossed her.
No, I'm talking about she's got a new basis of support that has publicly come out. You want to hear what it is?
Ex-convicts.
There's a group associated with the pornography industry that's putting out a $200,000 advertisement across social media platforms to encourage support for Kamala Harris, because she will ensure that pornography is still widely available and will not make any attempts to restrict it. So now she's got support. She's got support of the pornographers, and she's got the support of the baby killers. This woman, I tell you, this woman has got the moral high ground, doesn't she?
Well, Daniel's got a lot in common.
She gonna get the pervert vote, right?
Hey man, I'm telling you, they are all in for Kamala, along with the baby killers.
What she gonna do? She gonna make porn on regular TV, like on Channel 5 News?
I don't know, man. Wait a minute. Did you hear her interview when she was San Francisco DA? And she was being interviewed about prostitution. And she was advocating. No, wait a minute now. Hold on now. I got the advertisement. I got the video. She was advocating for sex workers and the legalization of prostitution, or else it's decriminalization.
Oh yeah, they've been trying to do that for years.
And guess what? Wait, hold on now. Wait a minute. You got to hear this now, because I spit these facts. The guy that was on the video with the woman, with her, was castigating her for not going far enough to liberate, quote, sex workers, unquote. And you know what he called her? He said, he called her a Marxist, and all she did was cackle. She didn't deny it.
Oh.
I got the video.
Wait a minute, Sarge. Let me make sure I understand this here. So he called her a Marxist while she's ghetto gagging in porn films. Is this what you're telling me?
I'm telling you, when he accused her of being a Marxist, she just cackled. She didn't deny it.
Oh, I thought you said she was ghetto gagging, man. I'm sorry.
No. She cackled.
I see.
She did a little taco. That's all she did. She does not a Martha.
Okay, now
that's all she ever does.
What she's getting drunk is because the way I'm hearing it is the broad has got a drinking problem.
I think that's true. Among other things she's got. She's probably good. Or she's got early onset adult dementia.
Ooh.
Okay, well, Sarge.
I think she's on the line, Sarge.
Let me tell you something about California, Sarge. Okay. There's an old saying in Los Angeles. Anything can happen there at any given time. And guess what, Sarge? Something did, no matter how bizarre or how outrageous it is. Okay. So now it sounds like that Candace Owens, Stormy Daniels, what's the Harvey Weinstein man that he sexually exploited, the sister who played in Black Panther. Okay, Lupita. Sounds like they all got something in common. Okay, now, they talk about all this shit that happened up there at P. Diddy's mansion. But ain't nobody said nothing about Hugh Hefner
and his bunny ranch.
Nobody said nothing about that child molesting pervert, Roman Polanski. Nobody said nothing about that child molested pervert, Woody Allen.
Yep.
Well,
what about Garth Brooks?
Hey, Hey, man, look, there's a lot of people to be called to account on this. The list is endless. No, it really is. I mean, you talking about Hollywood, you talk about a lot of people. Mel Gibson, 3 years ago, was telling people, listen, remember what happened to him? Remember what happened to Mel Gibson when he's trying to call her out? They called him a religious nut and everything else, didn't they? They called him an anti-Semite and a Nazi. Remember?
Okay.
Remember?
Okay.
And he was trying to call us out.
Okay, all right, okay. Well, Sarge, as you always heard me say, to hell with Hollywood. Let a 7.5 go through Hollywood, man, and tear down all that shit, man, from Paramount to BET, to Woodland Hills. What's the other damn place? Encino, Beverly Hills, West LA, Topanga Canyon, the place there, the mansion where Black Lives Matter bought the mansion at. Oh, yeah.
Topanga Canyon.
Yeah, Topanga Canyon. Yeah. And let me see. Now, my memory ain't what it used to be now, okay? It's been a while since I drove through there. Oh, yeah, it's Bel Air. Yeah,
Bel Air, Pasadena.
Yeah.
Well, where's Oprah Winfrey hanging out these days? She one of them too.
Man.
She's either in Clarksdale or Pasadena, or she's back in Africa.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah. Now, wait a minute there. All fairness to Oprah. Yeah, she has been doing something for Africa where she was supposed to have been building a school over there in Tanzania. Okay, and then I heard that there were some improprieties with that. You know what I'm saying? And also,
because she was taking the kids over to Bird Island. That's where the improprieties come in.
Yeah, you say, and Zania, of course, we know where Zania is. That is the land of King Shaka and what have you. And also, too, I'm putting it out there again, Stinky Bird is not an African.
No, Lord, here we go. Here we go.
Boy. Okay.
All right. Sarge's going to argue with you on
let's
that.
See what hate mail. Okay, brother, take us over, sir. Let's check the hate mail in the chat room right here.
It's just Mac 285 in the chat.
Okay, let's see right here. Connected. All righty, logging in. And the only one in the chat room is yours truly. Okay, fine. We'll go back to him. Okay.
We got two more callers. If y'all want to talk, just press 1. 314 last 4 6179 323 last 4 8583. Just press 1 and you'll be live on the air.
Okay, that's out of Los Angeles. Okay. All righty. But however, in this scam election, ladies and gentlemen, of 2024, let's look at the presidential election of 1960 and 64, where so many of our people that went out there and got knocked in the head, hit with fire hoses for the right to vote. And the words of the one and only Mr. Fannie Lou Hammer, and may she rest in power. I am sick and tired of being sick and tired. Is because it is this garbage that they got coming over here with this idiot box, with these confused ass individuals. Now, here's something for you, Sarge. Your boy the dumpster, okay? Now, here's what I give your boy the dumpster credit for. That man got up there, man, at the same place where they tried to knock him off, had 10 times more people, and the rhetoric that he espoused for 3 hours straight. Now, I'm impressive for somebody to sit up there for 3 hours to assault your intelligence and tell you bullshit. And then he's got standing room only crowd. Now, that's good. Now, that's real good. Now, that's good. Now, Kamala's between her shots at Jack Daniels, I.W. Harper, you know what I'm saying? The Mississippi River Boat Crew cocktails, you know what I'm saying? Okay. You don't mean me no damn good either. Okay? Because, remember, I lived in California when she was the Attorney General. I lived in California when she was the DA of San Francisco County. I lived in California when she was appointed by Bruce and Newsom as the U.S. Senator. And then she gets up there and catapults to the Vice Presidency of the United States. Oh, Biden, he's so damn senile and keeps shitting on himself. I wonder if he's...
so what do you think about him speaking the other day where he basically they're saying threw Kamala and the Democrats under the bus.
Well, I think that's great news. You know what I'm saying?
He said,
great news.
we are interlinked. He said we are interlinked. Whatever I've done, Kamala's done. We are one and the same, pretty much is what he said. And Kamala has been trying to distance herself from Biden.
Wow.
Sleepy glitching Joe Biden. Glitching Joe Biden said, "No, Kareem Jean-Pierre, I got this. I'll answer the questions. What you got for me?" So
okay, now here's something that I know. Here's something I know that I'm willing to bet my last 2 cents on, man, on one of these
old ass Billy Goat.
I bet you.
I need to sit his ass down somewhere.
I bet you both Miss Kareem Jean-Pierre went up there and saw old Donald Trump. I bet you he'd want to get some, wouldn't he?
He's doing a great job. How he waited a whole week before he went. He went down to North Carolina.
Yeah, it is crazy.
He said biting the goat. No, the hell, he's an old ass Billy Goat. And he can sit his ass down somewhere.
Man, he rocking them up on the press conference.
Now he want to do press conferences.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, well, anyway, I liked it the way that the press secretary handled herself. Is because there was a dumpster up there, was trying to crumb bomb on her and disrespect her. And so she went on and handled it properly. And she went on there and left the stage. And I don't blame her. Why argue with idiots who already got their minds made up? Okay? You see what I mean? Why argue with idiots? But however, it seems like that this world does not get enough of idiots, okay? They let something like Donald Trump run for president. What is he, 38 count convicted felon?
34.
People,
and Sarge already bumped that shit.
Oh, okay. And then the kangaroo courts of the U.S. Supreme Court, they're going to go back up in the session again and what have you. So we'll see what asinine crap is coming up out of that. You know what I mean? And then on top of it as well, too, they're going to come up there, tell us, vote blue no matter who. Hey, man, I'm on the couch, man. I can't do it, man. I cannot.
So basically, that porn video is going to be there in 2024. Remember that video they did, y'all? Get your booty to the polls back in 2020, and then they came with the dumb shit again. No bucking, no voting, no bucking. In 2022.
That bullshit. You know what I'm saying? And then the cold part about it is this, people. Okay, once again, this is an insult to our intelligence. Okay, so what it is that we need to build up some black businesses and put our own people to work. You see what I'm saying? And then when OTBs come to apply, we got jobs for them of cleaning up restrooms, cleaning up, the menial stuff. See, so we need, our high-tech people. We need people, educated in science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. You see, the STEM program, to upgrade the quality of life in our community, okay? Because let's face it, ladies and gentlemen, the day of the ass scratching and the yassa balls.
It's over. It's over, okay. Sarge.
So they could
it's over.
Zippity dudes out, Uncle Remus, ass scratching, Uncle Tom asses, and go jump off the Golden Gate Bridge. Do something for humanity. Turn your brain over to science to see what's got you all fucked up. You see? And then also, too, in agriculture, black family, we got to have natural food. We got to get our people off of these genetically modified organisms because they are targeting us to kill us. Okay, exactly. It is called genocide. Okay,
and there's a documentary on YouTube called "They're Trying to Kill Us." which is all about that.
Oh,
So
yes,
make sure
sir.
y'all check that out.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You know what I'm saying? They really are trying to kill us. You know what I mean? And okay, so we got the caller out of Los Angeles who has a hand up out of South Central by the area code. Okay, 323, last 3583. Your mic is unmuted. And what's your name and where you calling from?
I don't know. Who do you think this may be?
This is Dr. Truth Bay.
Dr. Bay. How you doing, Dr.
Hey,
Bay? We apologize.
Peace and black power to you, Dr. Truth Bay.
Yeah, always.
Good evening, good evening. Greetings.
Yes, ma'am. And Dr. Bay, excuse me for cussing, man, because you admonished me, which I respect so very, very much. But this stuff is just getting friggin' ridiculous now, Dr. Bay.
Mm-hmm.
It is getting ridiculous. You know what I'm saying?
It's going to get a lot more ridiculous if we don't actually execute a plan of what you just said. It
Yes,
sounds
ma'am,
good.
absolutely.
Grown food and all that stuff. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that sounds good. But who's actually working with farmers? Who's actually getting land so we can grow the food?
Yes, ma'am.
So
absolutely.
We just left an event in Tampa, Florida, just before the storm is hitting.
Okay.
And it's an event called Palim Daiti, which means talk Haiti to me. And there for 2 days, we had dignitaries and people from all walks of life to come up with solutions, for Haiti. So I was there presenting the policy portion, the legislation portion, and there was others. There were lawyers, doctors. There were young people from FAMU, Florida A&M, University of Southern Florida that attended, and they were a lot of young people that were there to give solutions for Haiti. Not only as Haitian Americans, it's very significant on what Haiti is going through, and speaking about the U.S., Canada, and France relations. It's a direct result of how we are being treated here as African Americans. So,
yes, ma'am.
I drafted a bill, a resolution. It's not a bill yet, but we'll be presenting it at the 119th Congress next year. This year is the 118th Congress, so majority of the politicians are as good as aluminum foil toilet paper. So we don't want to deal with anyone before the November's election. Now, come January, we shall see what new blood will be in place, or if the system will still be the way it is. As you see, the hurricanes is one of many things are to come, but there's going to be a great blackout of some sort. And again, we have to be prepared. Again, we have to be prepared for that. So reparations, restitution. Right now, lawsuits are flying against the Red Cross. That took about $460 million of Haiti relief back in 2012 to 2016. Also, on that chopping block, the Clinton Foundation that took over $1 billion of Haiti blood money. And that's all in direct ties to the current Democratic Party. So the Republicans are not free and clear of this as well. As you know, the announcement or the debate in which the statements were made of Haitians eating dogs and cats, that had a direct result of myself being born and raised here to be attacked because of my Haitian heritage. So these are things that people don't understand, and when they speak willy-nilly about the Black culture, the certain cultures, that has a direct result of us continuing to be mistreated. So I implore Shabaka, I implore many media, especially Black-owned media, journalists, to really focus in the next less than 30 days on how to really prepare Black people on what they need to do moving forward. Because it's really about our children that needs to have the tools and resources to combat the system that we neglected to fix for them, which is a lot of people who are who are complacent, people who are non-productive are dying like flies. You know, I had several of my family members, older people that just literally just died all of a sudden. A heart condition, some of them were healthy. But again, this is a spiritual battle, and we have to really be aware on the intelligence that we need to have in order to combat the oppressor and how that looks. So we look forward to training our people in government relations, in politics. It's really important that we know the politics, not only nationally, but locally. Your mayor, your judges, your sheriffs, all those is a foreign territory for many of us. And as even though Diddy has been convicted or about to be convicted for his atrocious behavior, there was one particular point that he has made a couple of years ago concerning creating a Black political party. I don't know if you guys remember that statement. Are we still there, family?
Yes, yes, Dr. Truth Bay. I remember what you're talking about. That's also when he was talking about vote or die. But he was trying to create the African American independent party.
Yes, and so the point is to really look at that. This is where we need to have a brand new system of people that represent our interests 100%. And that's what we need to do. So in the next 30 days, we'll see what will transpire, how we're going to be involved in this election or not be involved in this election. It's up to you. But we definitely got to start being very mindful of preparing for a war upon our persons. The genocide against the Black family has always been there since 1776. And I think by now, in 2024, we need to have solutions to execute that. And so that was just chiming in. You can carry on, family. I'll just listen in. Power to the people.
Black Power, thank you for joining us, Dr. Truth Bay. You know, you're always welcome. Shabaka, where did you go? I know Shabaka went. He must have went on there. All right. Yeah. So we have
no, party. I'm here. I'm sorry. I put myself on self-mute. Yeah, deep apologies. Appreciate Dr. Bay of her always dropping knowledge of what she is doing. Also, too, folks, it is time to get rid of this asinine foolishness. You know what I'm saying? It's because I'm tired of seeing idiots like Uncle Tim Scott up there with zippity-doo-dah, zippity-day. And this is an insult to the memories of our people who made the ultimate sacrifice during the passage of getting here, the brutalization they went through when they got here, the brutalization that they had on the plantation, the brutalization of the Klux era, you know what I'm saying, the brutalization, you know, of the Jim Crowism South, the brutalization of currently going on with these police officers murdering our unarmed Black people, not being held accountable.
Under the Biden-Harris administration, by the way.
Yes, and I want to hear what Sarge has to say about that, because see, Sarge, you know, he knows how to go out there and work napkin holders, people. You know what I'm saying? But Sarge, you never gave us the lowdown on that place they got in Chicago where they take all the gangbangers out of Chicago, man, and they beat them to a pulp, man. Sounds similar to Crash during the Mark Furman days at the LAPD. Could you give us an update on that, Sarge?
What you have neglected is the prosecution of Commander Burgos, who was prosecuted for his role in doing that, along with other police officers. So it was discovered, and when the word about it got out, prosecution will. In fact, they even found a novel way to renew the statute of limitations by the fact that the man publicly denied that he had done any of those things. And so they got the courts to agree that every time he lied about having been involved in this, that told the statute of limitations, and they're able to renew it again. So the wrong, to a great extent, was rectified, which you don't even want to comment about.
No, Sarge, you can comment on it. You got the floor, man. Enlighten me, man.
I just did.
I'm totally an idiot.
I just did.
Okay.
I like to keep everything in perspective, okay?
Okay, now Sarge.
Tell the whole thing about it.
Okay, now Sarge.
Yeah, he was wrong, and they let him get away with it for too long, but he got caught. Eventually, he had to pay the price. He had to face the bar judge.
Okay, now Sarge.
Is he still in jail or is he out now?
Okay, so Sarge, so I take it there that he's in the Cook County jail, right? Walking the concrete in mainstream.
I think he died. He didn't got out. He died,
Okay, well, that's great news. All right,
so there. So what do you want to do? You want to dig up his corpse and maybe cut off his head like Oliver Cromwell and put it up outside the gates of Chicago? What do you want to do?
It's a clear message that shit cannot go on.
Sarge. If you want to do that, Sarge, you'll get no argument
from
me.
I'm glad to see you don't want to do it. I was just asking if you did.
Okay, well, Sarge.
I don't know what else you're going to do to the man. The man got convicted. The man got sentenced. Okay? There it is.
Now let me ask you this here, Sarge. Getting back there near Chicagoland, Dalton, Illinois, where Her Honor, the mayor,
Tiffany here, the mayor,
that took a briefcase full of money, and she blew the coup. Okay, so isn't she keeping up with Chicago political traditions there, Sarge? After all, Chicago was the home of Al Capone for many, many years, Sarge.
Yeah.
They have certain traditions there, you know what I mean? Ain't that what Mayor Daley told Dr. King when Dr. King tried to march through Marquette Park and Dr. King got up there and said on the news after glide him gracefully upside the head and says, out of all my years of living in the South, this is the most racist and prejudiced place that I ever been through.
Yeah, that
and
was
then they had the good old boys up there with stars and bars and what have you, had they
Illinois
and things of that nature right there, Sarge, you know. But see, Sarge, since I'm equal opportunity here too, Sarge. Now, here's somebody else who I want to crumble on, Sarge. You know the police chief of the Memphis Police Department who was transferred in from the ATL, Sarge? You know what her story is about her husband, don't you?
That was a damn pedophile.
Exactly. I despise pedophiles.
Me too.
You know what I'm saying? Every man. Why do men despise pedophiles? Is because that could have been my daughter. That could have been my little sister. You know what I'm saying? Okay. And also, too, Sarge, hold on, Sarge. I'm going to turn the floor over to you, Sarge, because I know you got a whole dossier to say. I'm just going to say this here.
You already know he does.
I'm going to turn the floor over to you, Sarge. Okay. It is worse to falsely accuse a man of said crime than the actual perpetrator of such crimes. Why? It's because once you put that tag on that man, he has a target on his head, on his back, for the rest of his life. You see what I mean?
No, actually, the reason it's worse under our system, Brother Shabaka, is because you are presumed innocent until you're found guilty. That's
unless you're black. Unless you're black.
Unless you're black.
No. I'm speaking of the principle. I'm not speaking of the application. I'm speaking of the principle.
Okay, well, the principle is you're supposed to be innocent until proven.
Right, Sarge. Okay.
Well, you asked me why it's worse, and I'm telling you because it's a complete violation of the principle. After all, this is a nation founded on principle, no matter how imperfectly we apply it.
The principle is anti-black hatred. What are you talking about, Sarge?
Okay, Sarge.
What principle? Religious
come on,
freedom?
Sarge. What you been smoking, man? This country was founded on hatred, degradation, genocide, disease, and then hold on, Sarge. But hold on, Sarge. Please. Your boy, the Pilgrims, with their muskets. Okay, they was out there starving. the indigenous people came up there and showed them, well, hey, this is how you make a fire. Hey, this is how you cook. This is how you wash your funky, filthy,
Because they were
nasty
throwing themselves up in boxes to get through the winter because they couldn't eat. So they was eating each other and they was throwing themselves up in body suits.
You do realize that the majority of the pilgrims who came there were not in any way explorers or artisans for the most part. They weren't typical of the kind of people who usually went exploring around the world. That's why they weren't able to fend for themselves that well, because they weren't the kind of people. They weren't the kind of people who did that sort of thing. Now they got European explorers like say Cortez or Hernandez or some of these other people who are used to doing it. They wouldn't have no trouble taking care of themselves.
Explain it.
Okay, to quote the words of Dr. John Henry Clark, Sarge, when he gave one of his excellent lectures, okay, he stated is that when indigenous people came up here and showed these savages, okay, and they stunk so bad.
Why do you think they survived in Europe all that time? They're not
How did they survive in Europe?
What do you mean?
Them Muslims dying left and right from the Black Plague.
This particular group of people was not that skilled.
The only reason why they survived is because the Moors had to come in and civilize those savages.
Oh, the Europeans didn't even know how to build crops.
They didn't.
That's so silly.
That's not silly. That's
How do you make them survive?
They had a whole potato famine. The Irish had a whole potato famine, Sarge. You act like Europe is fertile ground, Sarge.
There's never a time of like locusts never got into the crops in Africa, right?
Sarge.
Okay, whatever.
You're reflecting, Sarge.
Yeah, whatever. Okay.
Okay, but Sarge, getting back to what Dr. John Henry Clark had stated, is that when he gave his excellent lectures, okay, as he did, he had stated is that when a native indigenous people, as Brother Che likes to call them, came there and they brought the food and showed them how to stay warm, Christopher Columbus didn't say, hey, let's thank these good people. The Pilgrims didn't say, let's thank these good people. They said, hey, it will be easier to conquer them. See, Sarge, this is why a couple of times when I passed a little bighorn.
Yeah, this is after they said they came in peace, too.
Yes, and with the smallpox, what have you, and this is why, man, I sit there, Sarge, and I listen to the wind, because it gets real windy up there in Montana, and I was just paying homage to the great spirit of Chief Crazy Horse and Sitting Bull, who said, we got invaders coming, and we got to sell out amongst us. It's the chief of the Arapaho. So they went and stepped to the chief of the Arapaho, and they said, hey, chief, after they smoked their peace pipe, and whatever they put off in it was probably some good herb, and of course it was non-GMO. Okay, and they went there and said, hey, man, the Arapaho, he's selling us out, so we got a time amongst us. So they said, hey, Arapaho, tap, tap, tap on your teepee. Hey, man, check this out. Smoke some of this good shit with us, man. That's what came to our attention. You're sending people out there to help old yellow hair. So when yellow hair gets here, we're smashing them, and you're either with this thing or you're not. And you think, homie, we're just going to go on and deal with you right now. You see what I mean? So here comes yellow hair. The Sitting Bull got the left flank. My man there, the cat who he was an adversary with, Sitting Bull. And who would I say the other cat was? Man, I'm getting old. Crazy Horse.
Crazy Horse.
Sitting Bull and Crazy Horse said, hey, man, I'm taking them from the left. You taking them from the right. So they smash them. So then, as you know, Sarge, what old Custer was doing, he was campaigning just like that dumb, as in human shit, okay?
They would want to make that perfectly clear.
He wanted to be president in 1876.
All right.
How come they don't teach this? How come they don't teach that in public school, Sarge? Riddle me that, Sarge. How come they don't teach that there in public school?
All right, look. I learned it. I can tell you exactly what happened there that day. I can tell you exactly what happened there.
What happened, Sarge?
I'd be more than happy to tell
What
you.
happened that day,
What
Sarge?
happened was you had a vainglorious commander who conducted an inadequate recon. Let me finish, please.
Yeah.
You had a vainglorious commander who conducted an inadequate reconnaissance, who split his forces, not knowing what he was up against, and it was up against with one troop of cavalry, little troop of up against 5,000 battle-hardened Lakota warriors. He was an imbecile. What do you expect? What do you expect the outcome was going to be? 5,000 against 179. Please.
Okay, now, Sarge. Now,
give me a break.
Okay, hold on, Sarge. I just want to understand you,
So why don't we act like this was some sort of unexpected victory?
Okay, but Sarge, the man was an idiot, okay? He wasn't smart. He was stupid.
Wait a minute, did you hear what I just said? He did everything a commander can do wrong on that day. He didn't conduct a reconnaissance of the Indian settlement. He made assumptions that were not backed up. He didn't bring his Gatling guns along. You know what I mean? He did all kinds of things. He split his forces.
Okay, with him and Major Reno, right? Because I saw it on the map.
You don't do that when you don't know what you're going up against.
Okay, but Sarge, but why did he feel it was necessary to go violate these peaceful people who did nothing to him? Why? Because he wanted to do
I can answer that one too, sir. Now, rightly or wrongly, you could say what you want about Custer. I ain't got no brief for Custer. I ain't trying to defend Custer. The man had his orders from General Crook. That's why General Crook has his orders from the President of the United States. That's why. To remove them to the reservation.
Okay, now the President at that time, correct me if I'm wrong, Sarge, was Useless Grant, who was a damn
That's
drunk.
right. That's right.
Useless Grant, who's giving orders to go out there to conquer that beautiful state of Montana. You ever been through Montana, Sarge?
No, I've never been to Montana.
Sarge, you're in for a treat. It is breathtaking. It is breathtaking.
I'm sure it is. I'm sure the books are very lovely. Yes.
Okay, and now hold on, Sarge. Now, I figure it's a great Second Amendment right there now, Sarge. Great Second Amendment right. Great Second Amendment right. And I remember traveling through there one time, Sarge, and this good old boy comes up here to me with this AR-15, and he said, "Hey, bro, you want to check out my weapon?" So I said, "Yeah, man, why not?" So what he did, Sarge, he tried to toss it to me, and I let it fall to the ground, and then I put my gloves on. And I checked out the sight, man, kind of like give it halfway inspection on. So I said, "That's a mighty fine piece of firearm power you got right there." Now, Sarge, you know why he threw the damn weapon to me, man, and I didn't have my gloves on. You know this, right? Okay, here's where my street sense kicked in at, Sarge. Okay, I'm a black man out here, about one of two, so many thousands of miles. I put my prints on this weapon right there, and he decided to go do one of his planned rally moves, man, and guess what? Whose fingerprints is on the weapon? Yours. I ain't that kind of a fool, man. I ain't that kind of a fool. You know, he was cordial, he was respectful. You know what I'm saying? You know, he didn't have none of his hooded buddies, you know, with the white sheets on, anything like that. You know what I mean? And then I just said, this is God's country out here because the air was fresh. And believe me, man, the crap they got in the state of California, man, is always toxic. So that was the first time, Sarge, I breathed some fresh air. The water, you could drink out the tab water, man. No chemicals in it. You know what I'm saying? And then I listened to the wind, Sarge, and flowing an ancient African tradition where you listen to the wind and you hear the stories of long ago. I saw the Lakota. I saw the indigenous people there protecting their land from invaders, okay? And then, too, Sarge, and you know what else with the Europeans brought to the continental U.S., Sarge? Now, here's some cannon fodder for you, Brother Barrett.
Yes, sir.
Guess what else they brought, Sarge? Venereal disease.
Yeah.
Venereal disease. Yes, sir. The Europeans.
What was that reference to venereal disease? You mean like the Indians gave the European syphilis? Now, what did the Europeans give the Indians?
No.
Because syphilis was unknown in Europe before contact with the Indians.
That's a lie.
No, Sarge. It was the Europeans that came and gave the indigenous people here syphilis and gonorrhea and all that.
No. They gave them gonorrhea. The Indians gave them syphilis.
No,
it was a mutual trade. It was a trade.
It was a trade of diseases.
The Indians should have did is put their foot up their asses, man, and send them right back where the hell they came from.
Well, see, you changed the subject. It was a mutual trade of diseases. No, it was a trade of diseases. The Europeans gave them gonorrhea, and the Indians gave the Europeans syphilis.
Sorry. Do you know where venereal diseases come from, Sorry?
Bacteriological infection.
Sarge, and I really wish I had our health expert with us tonight. Sarge, the Europeans were having sex with animals. You know what I'm saying? On the continent of Africa, this is why when a man became of age, he had multiple wives. You see what I'm saying?
Tell me something. Why were black South African men having sex with infants in order to rid themselves of AIDS?
Sarge, that is bullshit.
Wait a minute, why was that? Why do you think that was?
Sarge, I'm not even...
Oh, no, it was well documented. In fact, the ANC put out a warning to stop doing it because it was ineffective against stopping AIDS. The South African government admitted to it.
Sarge, who was running the government of South Africa at that time?
Do I have to prove this, or do you want to call me out and concede that maybe I'm correct? Or do I have to prove it to you?
No, Sarge. Would you tell me?
Because I'm ready to prove it to you now.
Okay, Sarge. You're a man of intelligence. You're a man who is
I'm just
well-read.
asking, if you doubt my word, let me prove it to you.
Okay, and I can disprove it. Go ahead, Sarge, prove it.
I'm saying the African government put out a warning that sexual intercourse with prepubescent children would not cure you of AIDS.
Okay, that sounds like to me, Sarge.
The South African government did that.
Okay, Sarge. That sounds like to me.
It wasn't run by apartheid politicians when they did it. It wasn't the Boers who were running the government.
Sarge, that sounds like the Boers, man.
What did I just say? See, now I got to prove it. Now you doubt my words. Now I'm going to put you in your place. Now I'm going to get you a specific site. Let me go get it because I'm going to get the specific site because I see now you trying to give me a hard time.
Sarge, I'm always going to give you a hard time on this.
Well, that's fine. That's fine. I love being challenged. You know when you challenge me, it's on.
Hey, rumble, young man, rumble. Hey, we're coming to you live from
all right, I gotta go look it up. I gotta go get my book.
Okay, go look it up, Sarge.
Wait a minute. As soon as I get my book, I will come back and give you the specific site, okay?
All right, go look it up, Sarge.
I'll give you specifics.
Come on, man.
Press one when you're ready. Come back on the mic.
Can't make up nothing. Can't hear nothing you're saying. You're doing screaming and hollering. That's all you're doing.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Iman.
You ain't got to yell to make a point.
Go ahead, Iman.
Yes, sir. You have the floor, Iman. Okay, you have the floor, Iman.
Sheikh Akbar. We got Jermaine in the building, too. Jermaine, press 1 if you want to be live on the air.
Okay, Imam Akbar.
202, last 4822. Oh, hey, Brother Pete.
Oh, my bad. Okay. Yeah, go ahead, brother. Drop knowledge.
Please, y'all stop screaming and hollering. Why y'all screaming and hollering?
That's what they do, Brother Pete.
Everybody can hear you. Why you screaming? Why you yelling?
That's what SARS and
maybe
that's what they end up doing.
Diffuse this, Brother Pete. Okay, now he does have a point on there. You know what I'm saying? The gentleman most definitely has a point right there. Okay, so we're waiting for Sarge to come back right here. Now, let me ask you this here, Brother Pete. You're a very well-read man. Okay, this diatribe that Sarge had just put down there in regard to venereal disease, okay? I'm of the opinion that it was the Europeans that came there and brought it, okay? And then, of course, as we all know, this here comes from individuals doing things with animals. And the Europeans were quite known for that. Okay, so Brother Pete, could you lay some knowledge on that there, sir?
The only thing that I can say to that situation is that all diseases come from the Europeans. Okay,
thank you, sir.
That is why, if you really pay attention today, wherever you have a large group of Europeans, you also have a large population of rats.
Yep.
You can go to your people, go to the hoods, to your people, go through the alleys and stuff. You might see one, you might see two, okay? Then go to a Caucasian's population, go through their alleys, and you'll see a bunch of rats running around.
Yep. That part. Okay, Brother Pete. Yeah, appreciate your wisdom, sir.
Close it up and
As far as the world disease is concerned, that is known that the European carries them wherever they go.
Yes, sir. And that's why the bubonic plague wiped out half of Europe. Okay. All righty, Sarge, we're going to unmute your mic. The gentleman there, he admonished us.
Okay.
And I see Dr. Bay is with us. Okay.
I am
admonished us. Okay, Sarge, now come on with it. Now, you and Brother Pete.
I have four sites for you. I have four sites for you to back up what I just said moments ago. I got the National Institute of Health. I got the Guardian newspaper. I got National Public Radio. And I got the New Humanitarian. Now, which one would you prefer me to give you? Or should I give you all five of them?
Okay, no, Sarge.
How about none of them?
Those are Afrocentric sources.
Can I say something? Can I say
yes,
something?
You most certainly can, Brother Pete.
I want to say something to that. Okay. Why would and this is a legitimate question that I'm about to ask.
Yes, sir.
Why would you go to the devil to get the devil to tell me he's not alive?
Right.
They are reporting what the Black South African government was telling their people. That's why.
Yeah, well, I mean, I can understand you better when you don't yell at me because I'm not.
Well, now you, sir, they were telling the Black South African government was telling their people not to rape infants. Okay.
They were telling their people not.
Now, do you want me to read to you the sites? Because he thinks I'm making it up. Apparently.
I don't want you to read me the sites.
Okay, so you don't want to know that.
You just told me where the sites come from. You just told me who was the author.
No, they come from the South African government. They're just reporting what they were saying.
You just told me where your source comes from.
I just told you where it originated.
Yeah, well, your source is not a reliable source to me.
Well, sir, then you just don't want to believe it. That's apparent. So you just can be if you wish to be, sir, if you wish to be secure in your belief that that's not possible, be my guest. I know it is true.
It's going down.
Okay, Sarge, how do you know this is true? How do you know this is true, Sarge?
Again, the South African government did it, and I recall back in the late 90s, early 2000s, I saw a Black African public health official saying it as well.
Okay, Sarge, has it ever occurred to you that individual might have been on puppet strings?
Oh, for God's sake. Okay, you win. I give up. Yeah, he was. All right, let's move on.
Okay, Sarge, I'm just saying.
Okay, whatever. You win. I give up. You're right. It's all made up. It didn't happen.
Okay, so what's my name, Sarge? So I have to say like I used to what's my name?
Yeah, it's Shaka. You maybe it's Shaka Zulu's brother.
No, my name is Shabaka.
I need to ask
that sounds like a Zulu name.
No, actually, Sarge, it is from West Africa.
Go ahead, Brother Pete.
Okay, the question I need to ask you is, Sarge, why are you so hostile?
I'm not hostile. What I am is, I don't like reducio ad absurdum arguments. That's easy to do. I can do that all day long if I just eschew fact. I can do it too. But I don't, wait a minute, I don't do it, sir. I don't like reducio ad absurdum arguments, and that's what Shabaka just gave me.
Okay, but do I have the right to disagree with you?
Yes, you can disagree with me all you want, and I can point out to you why I think you're wrong.
Okay, but I mean, do you have to yell, scream, and fuss and cuss at me?
I don't think I'm yelling right now. You think I'm yelling right now?
Yeah, you yelling.
Well, I don't think so. Let me try to calm it down then. Again, what we have here, as they said in the movie, is a failure to communicate. We have a failure to communicate, obviously, but nonetheless, there are facts at play here that deserve to be
understand the words that are coming out of my mouth.
What I'm getting is, wait a minute, rather than making an attempt, wait a minute now, hold on now. Wait a minute, rather than you making an attempt to persuade me with some fact or some basis to the contrary, you simply tell me either it couldn't be so or the devil gave the information. Rather than give me a contrary set of facts, which I can consider. I can't really consider that, what you present to me.
Let me ask you this, sir.
Oh my gosh.
Are you a black man? Are you a black man in America, sir?
I repeatedly have said that I am not. Whenever anybody asks a question, I'm answering the question. I'm answering it. I have to answer the way you think I ought to. Wait a minute. Do you think I'm not supposed to answer the way you think I should? Can I answer the way I think I should?
Yes,
thank you. All right. Let me answer the question. I am a black man raised in the cultural milieu of the city of Chicago, the West Side, the South Side, and my mother's black Cajun Louisiana culture. That's my culture. That's what I was raised in. I'm not an African. I'm not an African. I'm not an Ethiopian. I'm not an Egyptian. I know what I am, and I'm perfectly happy and content to be what I am.
So you're a foundational black American, descendant of American.
Yes, I was raised in the black American culture, and I'm secure and happy to have been raised in that culture. I enjoy being raised in it very much.
Okay, now, Sarge, I'm just going to change the subject on here briefly, and just bear with me, y'all, because this is some recent information that came across our desk, Brother Paris, and I meant to tell you about it.
So, wait a minute, we're going to move on past the thing I said, because you don't want to hear the facts propaganda.
Whoa. Let the brother say what he got to say, Sarge. Okay, you've had the floor long enough. Let the man say what he got to say.
Okay, thank you, brother. Okay, it just came to my attention that when you go up there and give up these DNA samples to Henry Louis Gates, okay, and I told you, Sarge, there was something fishy about Henry Louis Gates. Guess what? You no longer own your DNA.
I know that. You don't tell me anything new. Yeah, I already know that. It's in the public record once you do that. Yeah, it's in a public database. I understand that.
Okay, who controls these public databases, Sean?
They're accessible to researchers and others, including law enforcement officers.
Law enforcement officers.
So as you can see, I know exactly what you're talking about. I know exactly what you're talking about. What you're telling me is nothing new to me.
Okay, so once again, Sarge, this is evidence they could use in these kangaroo courts where black people don't get no justice, right?
Mm-hmm. No, that's not true. It's evidence. Now, evidence can be challenged on any number of procedural grounds once it goes to court. Just like any evidence can be. It's neither positive nor dispositive until it is argued out in a court. Now, you should know that if you knew anything about judicial procedure.
Sarge, let me tell you what I know about judicial procedures.
Yeah, it's all kangaroo court. Yeah, right.
Okay. What I know about judicial procedures, Sarge, because I've been in the LA County kangaroo courts, man, about 6 times. You know, that ain't nothing to brag about. You know what I'm saying? I was never, ever allowed to present any evidence, okay, Only thing they told me is that Shabaka said, Cole, we got your ass up on this case right here. Okay, what you can do, you can walk up out of here right now, but you got to plead guilty to a lesser charge.
Wait a minute. We got to back up for a minute. You're in a court, and you're telling me the judge tells you that you're not allowed to present evidence on your behalf of your innocence. That's what you're telling me?
They do it all the time.
They do it all the time. They do it all the time. It's called the plea bargain.
Okay.
When
you make a plea bargain, you're waiving your rights to trial. What are you talking about?
Okay. When you walk that damn concrete, tone it down, Sarge. Relax. We all know that you're a tough.
Yeah, I understand that, man. But
tone it down. You hurting my ears.
Yes.
Look, when you make a plea, Shabaka, when you make a plea bargain, that is part of it is waiving your right to a trial. So you don't have the right to present evidence when you make a plea bargain.
Okay.
Why are you surprised by that?
Okay, Sarge, it's because you know that Los Angeles County courts have a 94% conviction rate. You're aware of this, right?
Yeah, there's a reason for that too.
Okay, it's because what they do, Sarge, is that they overcharge you with a felony when really the friggin' crime is a Class B misdemeanor at the most, right? Oh, okay, well, now you got to go up here and piss in a bottle. Now you got to go up here and see a probation officer. Now your front door could be kicked in by any time, through these race soldiers in these kangaroo courts. That's why I'm so glad I had to get up out of California, Sarge. Okay, besides, I was innocent.
Shabaka.
Yes, sir.
Shabaka.
Yes, sir.
I'm sorry. Excuse me for interrupting, but you're using too many words to prove your point. You can prove your point very easily by just simply mentioning Central Park 5. They were not allowed. They were not allowed to show evidence that would exonerate them.
Yes.
No, and who prosecuted them?
Sir.
Who prosecuted them?
They were not allowed, and they got the death penalty. They were not allowed.
They were not allowed
in court that would have proven their innocence.
Right.
They do it all the time.
Yeah.
So,
they do it all the time.
You know what, Shabaka? Remember, Shabaka, I did ask you if you'd be willing to do a show on the Central Park 5. You present your
You were
case.
supposed to co-host
I think
it,
mine will
Sarge.
prevail.
You were supposed to co-host it, and we scheduled that show months ago.
You never did schedule it. That's the point I'm trying to make.
No, we
did. I didn't.
But
that was when you were having that was when Blog Talk was having those troubles. You seem to forget that.
Oh my God!
That's when that was.
And we still rescheduled
don't blame me.
And
don't
you
blame
still
me.
didn't show
and
up.
if you want to reschedule it, let me know. I'll be happy to do it.
Okay, but we don't have no way to get in touch with you,
We'll go over all of these things.
You got to get
all
in
the evidence they got before the conviction and after the conviction. I'll be happy to go over the whole thing.
Okay, we'll
put
do
your contact information in the chat.
Yeah, and then we got an unknown caller that has their hand up.
It's on then. Good.
I got somebody here too. Brother Karan. Did you want to put that? I mean, because I see y'all got a little quick break. He had something he was trying to tell everybody about the emergency situation going on down there in the Carolinas.
Yeah, we would definitely like to hear an update.
Black power.
Black power.
Always.
Thanks for having me. I wanted to reach out because the word is they need water. They just need water. So the lights for some people are still off, but some people do got lights. So they holding on, and it's bad. Houses have been demolished.
Yes, sir.
So we really gotta find a way to get close to North Carolina and do an Operation Rescue and drop some water down there, or whoever's close down there already. We got to get our boots on the ground.
Right.
So,
it's parts of Tennessee, parts of North Carolina, Georgia, Florida.
Right. All of that. Yeah, all that shit. But North Carolina is the focus right now. because I'm hearing reports directly from North Carolina, and they're saying they need water, and it's so long to get on the line for gas in the grocery store. So it's looking like Katrina right now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, shit is that bad. So it ain't about the money. It's not about the money. It's about getting water there. So Black Lightning got my number, and I'm gonna give my number out right now. 646 513 6695.
6695. And what is your name, sir?
My name is Karan.
Okay, Mr. Karan. Okay, and that's Koran.
Correct, the Mundo.
Yes, sir. Okay, so what we're going to do, sir?
Black Panther Quran. Black Power.
Yes, sir.
Black Power.
Let the man talk.
I ain't worried about the labels.
Okay, all right.
My name is my name, you know what I'm saying?
That's right. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
I just want everybody who's close to the Carolinas, close to Tennessee, to just dig in your heart, man. You know what I'm saying? Try to get a water caravan. We can push that shit across the land. Get a boat. Since it's all about water, we need to get our boats out. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Everybody got my number, and we're going to do something as far as a talk, and then we do some action. So we just got to build up. Hit my number up.
Yes, sir.
Tomorrow is Thursday, so we can Zoom it. Hit my numbers up, and I'm going to hit you with a Zoom link, and we're going to start from there.
Yes, sir. Okay, and appreciate that there too, brother. And then what we're going to do when we do Grand Rising this Friday, we're most definitely, man, going to be mentioning this here as well, too. And also, too, we pray that our people are being as sanitary as they can under these circumstances. We also pray that the serpents down there don't attack too many of our people. But as far as going after Ron DeSantis and those Clucks dudes, let them do their will, okay?
So,
this is why they are called hurricanes, is because the power of the black woman is extremely powerful. The black woman is power.
Right on. Black power.
Black power.
Yes,
brother,
yes,
can you tell us what major cities or locales are being most affected where our people are at in the state of North Carolina?
Asheville.
Just Asheville?
Yeah.
Asheville.
H-E. Yeah.
Okay, ASHVILLE, and this is North Carolina?
It's an E. It's an E. ASHEVILLE.
Okay.
Yeah, Asheville.
Okay. Yeah, gotcha. Asheville. And then also, too, Brother Jermaine, sir, your mic is on muted, man.
What's happening down in the...
Yeah, what's happening down there in the bayou, Brother Jermaine? Down there in Louisiana.
Brother Jermaine.
Brother Jermaine?
Your mic is unmuted.
Okay, he might be having some technical difficulties down there. Okay.
We lost some.
Okay. Okay, Brother Jermaine, your mic is on, man, anytime that you want to comment on. And then also, too, we're going off into our last 31 minutes, okay? So we definitely appreciate all our contributors, you know, of course, Dr. Truth Bay, of course, Brother Pete, okay, of course, our man there, Lightning down there in North Carolina, definitely, of course, Sheikah Mom, Akbar, the great work that he's doing, and what have you. And then I'm out here in this desert, folks, okay, and we had a pleasant, I think we dropped down to about 88 degrees right now.
Oh, that's
so definitely, yeah, because what's happening is, as we do know, is that the sun is approaching the winter solstice, you know what I'm saying? So it already passed the vernal equinox, okay, which is the first day of fall. Okay, then of course we know as the ancestors knew thousands of years ago. Okay, then you're going into the winter solstice, and then after that winter solstice, which is the first day of winter, you start picking up sunlight by 1 minute a day. And I think that was one of the courses I studied at Cal State LA was astronomy. Very fascinating science. Now, getting on to the sciences of our people, because we gave the world the sciences, we gave the world the concept of navigation. Now, Sarge sympathizes with the Greeks, which is Sarge, that's his business. But off of research that I've done on Alexander the Barbarian, there wasn't nothing great about this savage. He was a barbarian. Okay, when he had left Greece and went down there in the Kemet, okay, when he was crossing the Sahara Desert, he didn't take his girlfriends with him. He took little boys with him. So, you know, you got your pedophilia off in that. And then when Mansa Musa got word that his work was needed out there in the Songhai Empire, defending himself against invaders, he tells his queen, baby, pack it up. And the queen, with her lovely self, says, well, I'm the queen of the Songhai. Why do I have to go? Mansa Musa simply stated, if I'm to die in battle, I'd much rather die with you by my side than to have us overrun with these sick, filthy idiots and pedophiles and rapists of which we are dealing with. So very, very admirable. And also, too, to the sisters who take on the name of Her Majesty Nzinga. Yeah, Queen Nzinga. And as we all know, she was the ruler of Matamba. Then she ascended the throne at the age of 15 years of age, okay? And then some Europeans from a place called Lisbon go down there. And they tell Her Majesty, well, you know, we're the Portuguese, okay? You know, we want to trade and commerce and show you a new world and all of that. So the Portuguese left, okay, and they left their form of what they would call religion there and their theology. They come back and they says, hey, Nzinga, we're back. But guess what, Nzinga? You are now a colony of Portugal. And Her Majesty got up with her lovely ass and says, fool, do you care to repeat that? And he did, and so she put the work in for the next 50 years of her adult life to defend her homeland. But how come Hollywood don't tell stories like that? How come Hollywood don't tell stories of the great empires of where we come from? How come Hollywood, what little they did talk about African history, why do they have to put white people in it? Can somebody tell me that? And I'll let you go first, Sarge, because I'm out of answers on that one. Sarge, enlighten me.
Well, they kind of had a movie not too long ago that kind of bombed. It was about you know, those Black Amazon warriors down there, and you know, the Mali Empire. The Homie Empire. Okay, you talking about the Woman King? Yeah. That kind of bombed because that was very specious history. Very specious. Okay. I mean, you thought it was every bit as bad as a lot of them cowboy and Indian pictures we used to complain about with regard to the Indians. It was totally distorted history.
Okay, Sarge, how would you feel,
now, do you deny that, or do you want to sit up there and try to tell me that thing had a real shred of credibility?
You gonna let him answer your question? You gonna let him answer his question?
No, after I ask that question, I'm gonna let him answer. I mean, it's his show.
Okay, he's trying to ask you a question. You let him answer.
I answered the question. I said Hollywood has done it, and the last time they did it, it was a big stinker.
Okay, Sarge, listen to me when I tell you this. They refer to Hollywood as Tinseltown. Make-believe, shadows, lies, bullshit is what Hollywood gives out. They're not going to give you the truth when it comes to our people's history.
Facts, Shabaka.
So what do you want them to do with that? If they can always give you a lot of bullshit, why expect them to do anything different?
Hold on, Sarge. This is why, Sarge, as you always heard me advocate, of dealing with our own commerce, man, and developing our own production company. Now, I'm not talking about what Tyler Perry is doing, because Tyler Perry, he's got Tyler Perry Studios down there in Atlanta. Great, fine, beautiful. Tyler Perry thought that he was going to go buy Paramount Pictures. They told him, man, we ain't even going to listen to you. The same thing he did with Robert Johnson when he sold BET. Paramount. Robert Johnson says, oh, I got me $2 billion. I'm going to go buy the United Airlines, Bob. You the Bob, I got $2 billion. Them white folks looked at him and said, man, get your black ass up out of here. We don't give a damn if you got $2 billion trick. We run this. Tell me I'm lying.
Well, here's what I
yield.
Well, here's what I suggest. Here's what I suggest. Yes, now, I saw a thing on Shaka Zulu on BBC about 15 years ago, maybe 20. BBC on Shaka Zulu. It wasn't completely accurate, but it wasn't bad. You know, maybe I ought to let the BBC do it, not Hollywood.
Okay, Sarge. What's wrong with getting with Mama Africa's children and grandchildren and have them do it? Okay.
I mean, there's plenty of compelling stories that could come out of Africa that could be made. It could be made a lot better than that crap the Woman King was. Why don't they do that then?
Yeah.
What kind of stories you could tell about Africa that would be fascinating?
I got a question to ask. You know,
yes, sir.
My question is, or my statement with the question is, why are we talking about what they do put out? Or why are we not talking about what they don't put out?
Oh, that part. Now that part. Yeah, brother, you got me on that one there, man. I'm taking a standing egg on that one.
I haven't seen a movie or a documentary yet about Mansa Musa.
Thank you.
I have.
Well, Tariq's working on one.
I have.
Actually, he was mentioned a lot in the Hidden Color series too. Have you seen the Hidden Color series?
DVD collection. I got one in my DVD collection about a documentary about Mansa Musa.
Oh, did they tell the truth?
Yes.
What they told was pretty. They left some things out, but what they told was fairly accurate.
They thought what they notice what you said. What they say is fairly accurate.
Well, does anybody ever tell a whole story about anything?
Coming from them, was it accurate? Did they talk about? Did they tell you about how much gold he had?
Yes, they did. They really went into great detail about that.
Okay.
How rich he was.
How rich he was. That the economy of the world today could not match his wealth.
Well, now they're saying.
I don't think they said that, but they did make it clear he was immensely wealthy. They didn't say what you said, but they said he was immensely wealthy.
Did they talk about how he bankrupted the countries and states that he went through?
Yep.
That if he set foot in that country, he bankrupted before he left, and he did not stop. He continued to move. That's how wealthy he was, that he didn't stop and bankrupt. He continued to move through.
Why did he bankrupt them? What purpose of that?
Because his gold. He had so much gold.
He had so much gold. He was giving it away. And that made him a target. Because he was giving away so much gold. He became a target as a result of it.
He inflated these countries' economy by making gold, making the value of gold drop.
He gave away gold. He gave away so much gold that let's do it this way. By the time he gave away what he gave away in his journey, what he gave away, if he went back, he still had enough to do it again.
Oh, yeah, but I'm trying to understand the purpose. Well, number one, the effect on the economy giving away gold. Well, I would imagine that would be inflationary and would drop the value of gold in those countries, would it not?
No, so why would you ask me if you already knew the answer?
No, wait a minute. No, that's not what I said, sir. I didn't answer it that way. I'm now asking for further elucidation on your comment about bankrupting countries.
Okay.
And I'm trying to understand the effect. So you're saying that Wait a minute. I'm not being adversarial. I'm trying to get illumination.
And I'm telling you
what I'm asking is, okay. So you're saying then what he did was to harm the economy of these countries by an act of benevolence that caused their economies to be inflated and devalue the price of gold in those countries. Is that what you're saying?
I'm not going to let you escape that way. Okay, you asked
I'm
me.
I'm asking you, what do you think about what I just said?
I'm telling you what I think about what you said. Okay, so if you're gonna be quiet long enough, you'll get an answer. If you don't want the answer, just say so. You ain't got to go through this kindergarten bullshit with me.
That sounds like it because you're not being forthright. That's why. You're not being forthright. You made the statement that he bankrupted countries by giving away gold. I'm asking you, what was the net effect of that on the economies of the countries that he did it in? And now you're being evasive.
No, I'm not. You're being evasive because you asked me.
Oh, please, I'm asking questions directly. How can I be evasive? You know what evasive means?
Yeah, you shut up long enough for me to
tell you. I don't think you have an answer, but please, give me what you're going to give. You just want to fight.
Oh,
that's obvious. You don't want to illuminate, you want to fight with me.
Oh my
Good Lord. I'm asking you about I'm asking you about your premise, not mine.
Do you have children, bro?
Sir, I educate my children exactly the way I'm trying to do here. Now, if I'm wrong, chalk that up to a personality defect. I'm not about to change.
Do you have children?
Yes.
Do I look like, or do you think I sound like any of them?
I don't know, sir. All I'm doing is gauging the response you gave to me after I asked you about your premise. I have nothing else upon which to base an opinion, and that's what I'm basing it on.
Let's do step one. Okay, step one. Stop yelling at me.
And what's the other step? Are the others to follow?
Everything else is automatic when you do that one. Stop yelling at me. I'm not your child.
I'll now find my inner voice, sir. Would you please explain your premise a little bit more precisely?
No.
Okay, good. Now we can move on then. Can we move on now? He's not going to give me an answer, so there's no point in me asking further. Of course, you gentlemen wish to question him about his premise. In this case, be my guest.
Okay. The gentleman was dropping knowledge, Sarge, and on Mantanisa, and I got Mantanisa pulled up on here.
He just told me he's not going to do it.
Okay.
He just told me he's not hearing what he just said.
Sarge, you was yelling at the man.
So he's offended. I get it. But he did not elucidate his premise. And the questions I asked were perfectly valid questions, whether I yelled them or not.
Okay, but Sarge, nobody is going to be, wants to be, needs to be yelled at, Sarge. Now, you know me well enough, Sarge. That is one of my pet peeves because you heard me on other podcasts cuss out the host and give them a piece of my mind. What it is, though, Sarge, I'm up in age, I got medical issues, man. You know what I'm saying? And before I check out, man, I got to pass on down the knowledge to the generations after me so they can make proper decisions, you know, in their lifetimes. Take what is useful, leave what is useless. But Mantanisa, as the gentleman was saying, had so much gold, man, it was pathetic. And he was very lavish of giving gifts. You see what I'm saying? To noticeably affected the value of gold and kemet and garnered the attention of the wider Muslim world. Musa expanded the borders of the Mali Empire, and particularly incorporating the cities of Gao and Timbuktu into his territory. Now, this is significant about Timbuktu is because it holds the world's oldest universities, and one of the world's oldest universities, brother, is the University of Sankore. That's why I took the name. You see what I'm saying? And then on top of that, he recruited scholars from the wider Muslim world to have traveled to Mali, okay, and such as the, if I'm saying it correctly, Andalusian Port Abu Ishaq el Sahil, and helped establish Timbuktu as a center of Islamic learning. His reign is associated with numerous construction projects, including a portion of the, okay, I'm going to need your help there, brother, of a mosque there in Timbuktu, Dijin Guer, if I'm saying it correctly, Dinguerer in Timbuktu. Okay. And Hollywood don't want to make no production about him, but from what I understand, I think some of the brothers there who's got a little bit of that cake out there, I think they're going to do an independent production on Mansa Musa. You know, okay?
If it's good, I'd love to see it. I'd love to see it if it's a good movie.
Okay. Now, Mansa, okay, wait a minute. Musa's father was Fagaliye, if I'm pronouncing correctly, and his mother may have been named Kanku Fagale, was the son of Abu Bakr, a brother of Sunjata. Okay, now, Brother Parrish, this here proves your point, man. You remember when you were saying that we was here before Columbus, and I believe Abu Bakr or Abu Bakari, okay, had set sail, man, across the Atlantic. And from what I understand is that he had left Mansa in charge of the empire. Okay. Brother Parrish, you there? Okay, let me see if he's there. Okay. Brother Parrish, you there? Brother Che. Okay, I'm trying to get in touch with Brother Che. Okay. All right. And because I think Brother Che was saying that he was dropping knowledge of, okay, you know, about his travels. And the countries in the Mali Empire under Mansa Musa were Mali, Senegal, Mauritania, Guinea, and Guinea-Bissau. Okay? And the sad part about it is that when you go to European sources for our people's history, it is such a great disservice here. But there's some great artwork right here as well, too. You know? And then the cold part about it is now his, yes, sir. Okay, now let me ask you this here, Brother Che. Could it have been possible that the early travelers before Mansa Musa's brother had came back and was taking knowledge or giving knowledge? Is because one of our sisters out of Detroit did ask where is the Grand Canyon at, and I told her it was in Arizona. Okay, and I said it's federal land and it's very, very well guarded. Okay, because from what I understand, there's supposed to have been some more gold there as well too. Right. Mhm. 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 Okay. Mhm. Cairo, Illinois. Well, how about that? Well, I'll be damned.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah, go ahead.
Are we allowed to speculate as to how much of the immense gold wealth that Mansa Musa acquired was acquired through the slave trade? So well, and of that wealth that Mansa Musa accumulated, approximately how much of it was acquired through the slave trade? Yeah, the trans-Saharan slave trade.
Okay, you'd have to get
well, actually both, but actually both, and if you're able to separate them by numbers, that would be even more helpful.
Okay, Sarge. Okay, Sarge. Okay, see, like I told you, Sarge, okay, and I'm going to ask the gentleman there, you know, who just came on there that was speaking with Sarge. The crap that you had in the United States, man, okay, was very, very barbaric and extreme as opposed to the so-called slavery on the continent. Basically, what it was, excuse me, Sarge, okay, basically what it was is that when one nation conquered the other nation was incorporated into the empire, so I don't think it was slavery like it was here in the United States. You see what I'm saying? Because
let me do a cap on that. Let me do a cap on that. To be honest with you, Matt, to be honest with you, the slave situation that you're talking about, Master Musa was on his pilgrimage to Mecca, and he freed slaves as he went.
Okay. No, my question was not whether or not he freed slaves on a slave trade. My question was how much. Well, he did, and I want to know how much of it. Yes, he did. I want to know how much it was, no matter how many slaves he may have freed.
None.
He didn't make any money on the slave trade.
None.
I know that's not true. I know that's not true.
No,
now, I may not know I may not know the percentages, but I know that's not true. I know that's not true. Now, I may not know the percentages, but I know he profited immensely from the slave trade.
All you got to do is give up the receipt.
No, I know he did. And in fact, I'm going to find a site that gives it to me. I got to go back in my library and dig it out. I know it's from the enemy. I know some of it may be from the enemy, but I got to go with something because I wasn't alive during the time.
Okay, Sarge.
That's right. So we got to use secondary sources for everything.
Okay, Sarge. Okay.
Well, they're secondary to us.
Okay, Sarge. The point that the brother's making, the point that Brother Che is making, the point that I'm making to you, and the point that I've been trying to make to you for the last 5 daggone years, man, that you and I. Right.
No, I'm referring to both, but he was around during the early beginnings. He was around during the 16th century, and that's when the transatlantic slave trade started. All right, so that would put him in the trans-Saharan slave trade, which is what I asked about too, transatlantic. But no doubt the sub-trans-Saharan slave trade also contributed to the transatlantic slave trade. The routes that were established also helped to serve the transatlantic slave trade.
Sarge, you and I already discussed that, man. Do I have to say it again, Sarge? Now, you disagree with what I say on it, Sarge. We already discussed that.
Well, people are telling me he didn't make any profit whatsoever, not a sou from the slave trade. I know that's not true. The question is how much?
Here's
what percentage?
I know. Okay, Sarge, let me tell you what I know.
Wait a minute.
No, the trans-Saharan slave trade, how much of his wealth was derived from that slave trade?
Let him repeat the question, Sarge. Repeat. No,
okay,
repeat your question.
My question is, what percentage of his wealth, approximately, is good enough? I don't need an exact figure. Approximately how much of his wealth was derived from any sort of slave trading?
Boy, you good.
That's how he got it all. He didn't get it any other way?
That's exactly right.
Okay. Where did he get all the slaves that were in his entourage when he made his trip pilgrimage to Mecca? How did he acquire them? He didn't free them all.
He freed every last slave he ran into. He freed them and gave them gold to support themselves for the rest of their lives.
Ouch. Bing, bing, Sarge.
Okay.
Sarge,
Okay. Okay. All right.
Two,
All right.
three,
All right. All right.
four,
All right. I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what.
Six,
all right. I hear this.
7, 8.
I hear.
Sarge,
I hear this.
Can you
yes,
continue, Sarge?
I can continue. I'm hearing the arguments that you're making. I am now going to attempt to confirm them, and I will get back to you. And you know I will.
You should have done that from the beginning.
No, because look, like I said, I am certain that he profited from the slave trade. Now you're telling me he got not anything from the slave trade. I know there's a happy medium somewhere in there. Medium in there somewhere.
Sarge. Which was
let's forget that then. Let's talk about
No. Let's talk about the transatlantic slave trade, Sarge.
Well, if he didn't have anything to do with it, how can I put that on him?
Okay, Sarge.
I want to know what he did with the slave trade. Period. Any slave trade.
Sarge, the man just told you.
I don't accept that one. I don't accept that one. For now, I'm just going to have to let it lie, but I don't accept it.
Legitimate question to ask.
See, this is what happens with Trump supporters.
I have a legitimate question to ask. Okay?
Yeah, sure.
So, Sarge, I really need to know this. Why would you put a negative scar on a black man that has done more for your people in his time than any other man you can think of walking this earth? Why would
I
you
don't
do
agree with that either, because I don't agree with that. You say I should, and I don't. So what do you want me to do? To please you by saying I do? I don't agree with what you just said.
Okay, but Sarge, would you
wait a minute. Let me answer the question. Hold on. Let me answer the question, Shabaka. Let me answer the question. He's a historical figure. Any historical figure, including George Washington, is subject to a critique.
Trading pedophile.
Wait a minute. Did you hear what I just said? You're critiquing him, aren't you? You're critiquing him, aren't you? And you should.
Another slave trading
Why
pedophile.
is Mansa Musa supposed to be exempt from historical analysis and critique?
Okay, Sarge, the man just told
you. Would you answer my question, please?
Sarge,
the man just told me. I answered the man why I'm doing it. Because I think any historical figure is subject to examination and critique. That's why. That's the answer to your question.
Why are you trying to out-talk everybody?
Because I was asked a simple question, and I answered it very succinctly.
Okay, but Sarge, the gentleman just told you that Mansa Musa, and this is a very well-wise man, I could tell by his conversation, and hope to have the brother on here more often when he can. Mansa Musa freed every slave he had. White America didn't do that.
Now, wait a minute. I just heard a moment ago he didn't have any.
Sorry.
So what is it?
I never said that Mansa Musa had slaves. He freed all slaves.
No. Shabaka just said that he freed all the slaves that he had. How did he have them? By what means did they come into his possession?
90
into his
seconds.
guardianship or whatever?
Sarge. Okay, I'm going to say this here. I'm going to yield. Okay, I might have misspoke, but based on what the gentleman was saying, Sarge, that he's stating very intelligently that Mansa Musa, man, was freeing slaves. Now, am I correct in that there, sir? Or did he acquire slaves and then free them?
He probably did that too.
Okay, but Sarge, let the man.
That doesn't mean he didn't acquire them and
60
trade them
seconds.
as well as free them.
Sarge, come on, man. Sarge, inside of every coon, yeah, please don't nobody hang up. Inside every coon, there's a black man dying to come out, Sarge.
All right. Please, come on. You know better than that. I'm asking questions that are legitimate, and I can guarantee you the next time I come on the show, I'm going to have the answers. I can bloody well guarantee you that.
No, well, Sarge, you're a tough cookie. I give you that. You kind of like
I ain't going to let this one lie. I'm not about to let this one lie.
Okay, but Sarge, just face the fact that Europeans, okay, came from a land of wilderness, no resources, the land of the bubonic plague. They did not believe in washing their funky, stinking.
10 seconds. See what you just did.
No, sorry. What I'm telling you is that the value that you place on this Eurocentric culture, including these raping, slave trading pedophiles like George Washington and Thomas Jefferson, were fucking savages.
I place a value. I place a value on historical accuracy to the extent that I can. I know you don't want to believe that, but I do. It's very important to me.
Don't let Sarge take us off track. That's what he's trying to do.
I'm trying to get you back on track. He's talking about how Europeans wouldn't take a bath. I'm talking about slavery, and he wants to talk about how Europeans didn't bathe.
Okay, Sarge, let the gentleman finish, Sarge. Okay. And
you know what I mean? So you don't want to talk about slavery. Now you want to talk about the hygiene of Europeans.
No, Sarge,
who's going off track here?
Wait a
minute, who's the one who's really going off track?
To the corner, Sarge, as the gentleman was saying. Okay. As the gentleman was saying, and we're going to give this gentleman the floor, man, for at least 2 minutes so the man can fully explain himself, Sarge, and we're going to allow you to come on with the rebuttal. Okay, go ahead, brother.
I was listening to the brother tell us about Mansa Musa, his historical facts on Mansa Musa, but Sarge broke in there and tried to disrupt that. Okay.
Yeah, so he did.
That's what they call them agitators do. Okay, they don't let you get a point across. You got to come in.
Provocateurs.
I'm an agent. I'm an agent. Yeah, no,
because your point is going to be educational to the people that are listening. Okay, so they got to try to act like they're the smartest ones in the room by yelling and screaming and fussing about every little thing that's said.
Oh, I see. All right, you see, so in other words, if I was to make a careless statement like that, you wouldn't hold me to account for it now, would you? Because you just set the standard that we don't need to worry about details, even though the devil's often in the details. So I get to make the same little mistakes too, and you're not gonna say anything about it? Or is there a double standard?
Okay, let the gentleman talk.
I'm waiting for a response. I mean, he said it. If I make a mistake on something, I don't mind being held to account for it because I'm trying to learn. And and in learning, you often make mistakes when you say things, both, I guess, you folks and me. So I have no problem with being wrong and being corrected. And when I ask questions, usually it is an actual attempt to elucidate the things I hear, because I also have some knowledge that is of value and that I have been able to corroborate.
But you don't learn by talking, you learn by listening.
That's why I ask questions, and I frequently don't get an answer.
You like to hear yourself talk.
See, there we go again. See, I mean, every time I make a statement about why, now you make a personal aside on my character or my intentions.
No, you like
this is what I mean. This is what I mean by being evasive. You, sir, are being evasive. You don't want to illuminate. It's clear. You want to sidestep. He wants to sidestep. Wait a minute. I was doing what earlier? What was I doing? Okay, give me an example of where I did that. Come on. Give me an example of where I did that, because I don't believe I did.
You off to another subject. We have to listen. Wait a minute,
was it the statement I made about the South Africans? I guess you could say I kind of did that when I made that statement about South Africans in response to another statement I heard about the fact that you said Europeans had sex with domestic animals and that led to venereal disease. And I responded by saying South African blacks were having sex with infants to rid themselves of AIDS. That could be considered a deflection and a sidestep. I'll grant you.
That is bullshit. I'm going to tell you that right now.
Well, then why did the South African government say? What do you think, they're lying to their own people?
He got you off of Mansa Musa, though, didn't he? pay attention to what
All right. Let's go back to Mansa Musa. Let's not go back to Europeans engaging in bestiality or South Africans engaging in child rape. Let's go back to the trans-Saharan slave trade involving Mansa Musa and whether or not he had any involvement in it. That's what I'd like to do.
Okay, well, he had no involvement in it, so can we move on?
I don't agree with that. I think he did. And I'm going to come back and find out, and if it's not true, and I can't find any evidence to substantiate it, I will make an apology. Oh, please.
You have my sympathy.
Oh, please.
You
sure do.
Sympathy.
You sure do.
The gentleman was trying to give up some facts on Mansa Musa. I was trying to listen to him before we got interrupted.
But then, though, too, if I may interject too, Brother Perez, what Sarge is doing, okay, like what Brother Peter just proved right here, when you tell white America about their brutalization of it,
But
okay. Tell that dude right there. Okay, tell that dude right there that what I'm saying is that he's full of shit. Okay, now the reason why they do this is because what they don't want to realize is the brutalization that they did to black people here in the United States. See, this is what pisses me off about all these damn Yassa bosses like Tim Scott. Now, if they're going to have some racial healing in this goddamn country, excuse my language, Dr. Bay, excuse my language, your mouth, okay, you got to talk about that brutalization, cat, see, because I'm sick and tired of Yassa bosses. In my old age, I'm despising Yassa bosses, okay? The reason being, let me finish, Sarge, and then I'm going to go on and yield, and I'm not going to say anything else, and I'm going to let Brother Che have the rest of the show, since we're in overtime. Yassa bosses got to go. These Candace Owens, man, these damn Tim Scott, other ass scratching you got up there, Eric Adams and all that, man, them tricks have got to go. Why? Because they are dangerous. And the reason why they are dangerous, man, because they'll stand by and let us all get slaughtered. And you'll sit there, yeah, boy, you do what I did, bow. And then a white supremacist man gonna knock his ass off too, Sarge. Look at that case that happened in L.A. there, Brother Che, that we mentioned, what was that, night before last night? All them racist ass white supremacists, they rested out there in the San Fernando Valley. Yeah.
May I speak a word in defense of, may I speak a word in defense of Mansa Musa, please? May I?
Go ahead, Sarge.
Thank you. I really appreciate that. Now,
and I'm muting my
we are viewing the issue and the institution of slavery through the benefit of hindsight and the benefit of 21st century sensibilities. Now, at the time of Mansa Musa, slavery, no matter what form it may have taken, was a universally accepted institution on every single part of the globe. All right? So, Mansa Musa may have been a slave trader, but he wasn't doing anything that almost everyone in the world was doing at the time. Everybody was involved in the slave trade. Everybody.
Your ass scratching, Sarge. Quit Yassa
Now, I'm actually speaking up in defense of the man, and now you want to get on my case. I'm actually speaking in his defense, assuming he was involved in the slave trade, and I do believe he was involved in the slave trade.
Tell you what, Sarge. Tell you what, I'm going to, okay, Sarge, I'm going to spin you around in the corner again, too, Sarge. Now, let me ask you.
Will you please respond to what I just said before you do that, though? I just said, if he was involved in the slave trade, he was doing something no different that almost everywhere, people on every corner of the continent, the globe, were doing.
That is bullshit.
The Indians in North America were doing it.
That is bullshit. Okay.
That's not bullshit. I got chapter and verse on that one.
Okay, Sarge. Okay, Sarge. Tell me this here, Sarge. Yeah.
Okay.
That part. You said it better than I did, brother. I get that there.
Now, let me respond to that too. Now we're talking about the continent of Africa, sub-Saharan Africa, where there are 3,000 different ethnicities and languages and dialects. 3,000. And you're not telling me that every single slave system mirrored every other one. There was a range of them. From the kind of chattel slavery to the kind of the thing that Brother Che was just talking about. And don't tell me otherwise, because I know better.
Okay. See, Sarge, Sarge, I never thought I'd say this to you. I can't tell you nothing, man. It's for the simple fact is that the slave trade you had here in the United States of America, down here in the South, was the most brutal form of slavery.
And it only lasted for 89 years. 89 years it lasted.
No, Sarge.
89 years. The United States came into existence.
Man, it wasn't no 89 years. I'm sorry. I had to mute him out. I'm going on. It wasn't no 89 years. It started there in 16. Okay, it started there in 1619 is because Sarge is going to say, well, the United States Constitution wasn't written back in 1689. And like I said, and all them damn raping ass slave trading pedophiles act like that we supposed to love them, which is bullshit. I do.
In 89.
Yes, sir, you most certainly can. Let me mute Sarge out again. Okay, now let the gentleman speak. Let Brother Pete speak because he was about to ask a question. Okay, go ahead, brother.
I can ask a question, okay? Because I've been sitting here listening, and there's only one question that needs to be asked, okay?
Yes, sir.
How much are they paying you?
How much are they paying who? Sarge?
Yeah.
All right, Sarge, man, I have a question for you. How much are they paying you, Sarge?
I wish somebody would pay me for all the research I do, but nobody is. And if anybody's out there willing to pay me, let me know, because I'll be happy to take your buck. And I'll be saying the same things I'll be saying now, because nobody's making me say it.
Okay, so Sarge.
Now, did I answer your question, sir? I didn't sidestep it. I answered it. No one is paying me, but I wish someone would. And I'll say exactly the same things after they pay me that I'm saying now.
Okay, well, go down there to Florida, go see your boy Donald Trump, man. I'm sure he'll pay you to say that asinine shit. I mean, man, because...
Wait a minute. What did I say that was asinine?
Some raggedy-ass tramp like Stormy Daniels, who I won't let go down on my dog, okay? He'll pay you, you know.
Wait a minute, come on now. What did I say that was asinine? I said slavery in the United States, chattel slavery, existed from July 4th, 1776, when the United States was founded, until December of 1865, when it was ended by the adoption of the 13th Amendment. That is 89 years. That is 89 years. That's how long chattel slavery lasted in the United States. That is a fact. Now argue against it.
Bullshit, Sarge.
Argue against it. Don't ask me if I'm a race traitor. Argue against it.
I am, Sarge, and every time I do, you cut me off, Sarge.
No, I don't. You don't know. You change the subject about Europeans not bathing or some shit.
Yeah, okay, Sarge.
Just answer the question I just asked.
Okay, Sarge. You read Malcolm X. What did Malcolm X say? We didn't land on Plymouth Rock. Plymouth Rock landed on us.
I knew you changed the subject.
And that's my counter on that.
The United States didn't exist when the Pilgrims landed on Plymouth Rock.
Oh, goddamn, Sarge.
That was 1619.
Sarge.
Britain is a sovereign nation, baby. It's not the United States.
Sarge, you see. Okay, see, Sarge. Sarge, take the goddamn lock off your fucking brain, man, okay? It's because it was slave labor, man, that built up to that point any fucking way.
You
had cotton plantations, man, in the 1600s. You had the cotton going down there, Sarge, in the 1700s, just like down there in Haiti, down there in Louisiana, when they was chopping up that sugar cane, where them dudes who resurrected themselves, man, on that Mississippi boat brow. Jack Daniels, Johnny Walker, Beefeater, you know what I'm saying? Okay. They drunk that shit, man, and got that false courage, man, and got their fucking ass whipped as well as they deserved. And I do not mean to crumb bomb. No, not crumb bomb. I meant to crumb bomb on sides. But the gentleman who has this knowledge, man, is taking his time to come here and share this knowledge. Let's let the man share the knowledge, Sarge. Face it, Sarge. Your Uncle Tim Scott and you Uncle Remus zippity dude-eye ass Negroes got to go. You motherfuckers is dangerous.
He could share the knowledge. I ain't got no problem with anybody sharing knowledge. What am I supposed to do? Just accept it like a sponge? I don't get to respond? What is this? I thought you believed in free speech.
Okay, sorry.
Wait a minute, all of a sudden you don't believe in free speech anymore?
Yeah, Sarge, you don't believe in no goddamn free speech because you sit up here and support an asshole like Donald Trump who's trying to censor every motherfucker that's trying to drop knowledge.
Man, you got to be kidding me. In fact, Hillary Clinton just the other day was talking about the need to censor people on social media platforms, and she's a demon rat.
Oh, God.
You damn right ain't Donald Trump.
Sarge.
You guys see, you are thoroughly mixed up.
Sarge. Screwing around with you, Sarge, for the last 6 years we've been doing this, man. Okay. Yeah.
Oh, come on. You got to admit you're being challenged. Look, you can't object to being challenged. It's good for you. Like when you get in the race. When I was boxing, the way I learned boxing best was getting my nose bloodied by a good sparring partner. Sarge, you need a good sparring partner to become a better fighter.
Sarge, then you had a lousy trainer. If your trainer's going to sit there and let you get your nose broken,
my trainer had been a champion of the First Army boxing team, and he was a damn good fighter. He finished third in the National Golden Glove Championship, and he almost made it to the Olympic trial.
Sarge.
But wait a minute, man. Forget that. Let's go back to what we were talking about. Let's go back to what we were talking about. All right?
Wait. Can I interject on that? And I'm going to let it go. I'll just interject on that one thing.
We have a lady present. We have Dr. Bay present.
I'm never going to curse on the air. Yeah. I'm training myself to have radio etiquette. But I was going to say, I had a real trainer. My real trainer and his name was Joe Lewis. He wasn't the Golden Gloves. He was the Brown Bomber, the heavyweight champion of the world. Anyway, he told me, he said, every time this guy comes in with an overhand right, I want you to duck and knock his ass down. And I did it about 4 or 5 times. And with no bloody nose involved. It was just, I had a good trainer that taught me how to knock his ass out and down every single time. And they never get, man.
So you're saying you never had a sparring partner who could give you a good tussle? Is that what you're trying to tell me?
Well, I had a match one time where you're not supposed to do like kicks to the face and stuff like that, and that just turned into an all-out
that's not boxing, sir. In boxing, you're not allowed.
I went to the boxing, but then you asked me a question, so I had to think about it and say, yeah, he hit me pretty hard, and it turned into an all-out brawl.
All right, well, look, man. I'll tell you something. Our trainers would overmatch us with sparring partners. Not so we'd get discouraged, but we got people who were better than us, so we'd get a challenge. He deliberately did it, and it made me a better fighter.
Oh, no, I'm going to leave it at that. I just wanted to throw that in because when I heard that, I was
I'm just saying, you're supposed to have a sparring partner that gives you a little bit of a challenge. It ain't worth it if it don't. Otherwise, you'll get bad habits.
No, he had pretty much, he had it in my head that I was going to be like Sugar Ray Leonard or Tyson or something, you know, really.
I said you're not supposed to be badly overmatched. You're not supposed to be wildly overmatched.
Have you ever heard of Joe Lewis?
Once or twice, yeah, his name's come up every now and then. Yeah,
you've heard of the Brown Bomber, the one that was the heavyweight champion of the world?
Yeah. I know.
Yeah, well, that's who was teaching me how to box. No, we didn't get hit at all.
Okay. Well, sir, I think you're sort of an exception to the rule.
I'm getting ready to pull the plug on this shit.
I think you're sort of an exception to the rule. Well, I remember what Muhammad Ali said about his sparring partner.
Thank you for using Blog Talk Radio. Goodbye.
Damn. Shabaka got heated. He just ended the show. Because Shars and Dynamite just kept talking. Boxing.
They got mad this.
Yeah, he just ended the show. So he'll probably call me here shortly.
What?
He just ended the show. So hey y'all on the stream, Lord, thank y'all for tapping in. Appreciate y'all tapping in. See you, twin. Appreciate you holding it down. As the hype man, I guess we're gonna be going live in about an hour. For Frontline Black News. So we'll see y'all then. Make sure you like and subscribe to all our platforms, Frontline Black News on YouTube and Facebook, Revolutionary Agenda on YouTube and Facebook, and of course Shabaka'S Blacc Experience Enhanced on Facebook and Twitter, now X.com. So peace, love, light, reparations, and separations, and black empowerment. Sharon Krumah signing off from the mile-high income and illegal migrant flooded city in a sundown town known as Aurora, Colorado. And I am also on the ballot for House District 8. So you should be receiving your ballots this week. Those of you that are in Denver, Colorado, and you can start early voting this week. Peace.